The 1980s was the golden age of action figure toy lines. Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Masters of the Universe, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all rose to prominence in the punk rock trash glam decade. But the cocaine-fueled toy executives of the time were never satisfied by those bona fide hits.
Yeah!
Instead, they continually cranked out more and more bizarre, subversive, and downright absurd toy lines, and in this video, we highlight perhaps the greatest of all, the action figure series that finally answers the question, what goes on when we close the refrigerator door? Today, we're talking Mattel's Food Fighters. What's up, internet? Every single muscle here, and today we're doing a deep dive on what might be the greatest action figure line ever made, Food Fighters. Sure, at first glance they seem like doggy chew toys with plastic arms, but upon closer inspection, it's easy to see why this has become one of the most coveted and highly collectible action figure series out there. Now, Food Fighters didn't have an animated TV show of its own, but if you were a kid in the 80s watching Saturday morning cartoons, when you saw the commercial, you immediately needed every last one of them.
Yo, Burgundy, chew on this.
You'll never cut the mustard, mean winner!
Food fight!
Your history, private pizza. Pow! And your lunch. Combat curtain. Fire!
What's going on?
Joy's playing with this food again, Mom.
Food Fighters, figures in combat carton each sold separately. Toys do not walk and talk.
Not surprising that one of the all-time great toy lines has one of the all-time great toy commercials. Now let's put all that aside because it's time to actually talk about the toys. In total, there were 10 different collectible figures, 4 rare variants, 3 vehicles, and 1 unreleased playset. And we're gonna dig into every single one of them. So the Food Fighters are split up into 2 different factions. There's the courageous Kitchen Commandos and the repugnant Refrigerator Rejects. Each figure came on card with 2 accessories, a weapon and a backpack. Of course, I lost all of those growing up. And much like how G.I. Joe had file cards on the back of their packaging, the Food Fighters had their own food freshness files. And check this out, a price tag. Apparently, I bought a few of these guys at a store called Conway for 99 cents each. Wish I could still find them at that price today. Anywho, we'll start things off with the Kitchen Commandos, led of course by Brigadier General. If it's not clear, that's a play on the term Brigadier General. I didn't figure that out till I was much older. He's a freaking cheeseburger in action figure form. The mold and design is just stupendous. It's got all this fantastic detail, this segment of burger, cheese, and ketchup perfectly forming his mouth, his textured sesame seed bun topped off with his army officer headpiece, which is unique to this figure. All the other Kitchen Commandos have the more traditional army helmet, and you'll see that now. This is Major Munch, a chocolate frosted donut and the second highest ranking member of the Kitchen Commandos. You gotta ignore some of the paint wear on his nose here. These are old toys and many of them I played with a lot as a kid. He's another great one, super expressive. Love how they made his donut hole the mouth hole, so he's got his tongue dangling out here. He looks kind of insane. You don't want to mess with this guy, not on the battlefield and not at the dessert table. Major Munch is the first of our food fighting friends who has a variant, the much coveted Cherry Frosted Major Munch. I don't have any of the variants. Food Fighters in general have skyrocketed in price and the variants are even crazier. I do, however, have one of each of the basic set and I'm pretty happy with that, but I gotta admit that pink glaze, it just pops, man. Up next, we got Lieutenant Leg, the chicken drumstick. This figure always seemed a little disturbing to me. Maybe it's because the face is on the bone part, but I think it has more to do with the design of the face. That lower lip jutting out the way it does just doesn't quite sit right with me. Still, it's a great figure, but I'd say of all the Food Fighters, he least resembles actual food. Straight out of the freezer, it's Sergeant Scoop, the chocolate and vanilla ice cream cone commando. They kind of phoned it in on his face a bit, didn't put too much detail into that, but I think they made up for it by sculpting this grenade and these military medals directly onto his cone there. He's a fun one for sure, and he's also got a variant, the Orange Sherbet Sergeant Scoop. Equally refreshing on a hot sunny day, but much, much harder to come by. And lastly, rounding out their ranks, it's the pepperoni and mushroom-covered Private Pizza. He may not have the military clearance of his fellow commandos, but he's clearly seen some tough battles in the kitchen. He's even lost an eye, which he's covered up with a pepperoni eye patch. If I had to venture a guess, he's probably the most popular character among fans and collectors, but I could be talking out of my crust. Hey everyone, if you don't already, why not subscribe to the channel? We're talking every single muscle, we're talking every single battle beast, and we're talking every cool, weird little vintage rubber dude along the way. If you like vintage toys and action figures, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell thingy. What are you waiting for? And now we take a turn to the dark side of the refrigerator, where the light bulb has flickered out. It's the Refrigerator Rejects, led by none other than Mean Wiener. Again, pardon the paint wear on his frankfurter there. He's been through many wars against Brigadier General, and like his arch nemesis, they managed to take the meatiest part of his design and turn that into the mouth, which just works stupendously. He's also got a little tongue dangling down there, which really adds a ton of character. As the leader of the bad guy squad, he's also got a unique brimmed headpiece. And yeah, what else can I say? He's just a standout toy. Next up, we got Fat Frenchie, the fast food to-go container of French fries. This guy's got maybe the most paint wear of all of them in my collection, but let's put that aside and just enjoy the great figure. He's got the sunglasses, the bouquet of crinkle-cut fries for hair. He's got the gnarly scowl, and I think it's hard to ignore that he very much resembles Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but don't get it twisted. Fat Frenchie here predates Frylock by over a decade. And here we have the only breakfast brawler on the Food Fighters roster, Short Stack. The squat, short stack of pancakes with some maple syrup and a pat of melted butter on top. I like how his eyes and mouth kind of peer from between the different pancakes and how that one drip of syrup forms his nose. I also dig that his hat is just kind of off kilter. It's not centered on top, it's slowly sliding sideways. And this pile of flapjacks has its own variant, the Blueberry Syrup Short Stack, a special breakfast treat that costs a pretty penny, but damn is it cool. Here we have Taco Terror. This hardened criminal is a hard shell taco stuffed with ground beef, cheese, sliced tomatoes, and guac. I don't think this guy's authentic Mexican cuisine. I think he's more of the bastardized American taco that was probably more popular at the time. But regardless, he's an angry looking son of a bitch. And lastly, it's Chip the Ripper. He's one tough chocolate chip cookie. Another one with great details, all these craggly little imperfections, a toothy snarl, and scattered chocolatey bits. He looks like he might be the meanest and most dangerous of the Refrigerator Rejects, and his variant, the chocolate macadamia nut cookie, is probably the most distinctly different from the original. All the other variants had a slight paint job, but this guy has a completely different colored rubbery plastic material. Definitely a great one, and I wish I had it myself. So there they are, all 10 Food Fighters, but the figures were not the only part of the toy line. No, as I said before, 3 different vehicles were included. The first, the Combat Carton, an egg carton on wheels with a ketchup bottle cannon. The Kitchen Commando's signature vehicle, not only can you sit a figure in the back in the turret, but you can open up the carton and fit your figures inside too. This vehicle, as we saw earlier, was featured heavily in the commercial, so of all the vehicles, it was the one that I wanted the most, and I still haven't quite made that happen. Hopefully my luck will change soon, and I can find it at the right price point because damn, is it a great toy, and my collection feels a little incomplete without it. The Commandos also had the Fry Chopper, a frying pan helicopter with tin can bombs and hot dogs for landing gear. Private Pizza pilots this thing on the packaging, and it also has some kind of trigger mechanism so you can keep the helicopter blade spinning. Pretty damn rad. And lastly, the Refrigerator Rejects have a vehicle of their own, the BBQ Bomber, a barbecue grill with tank treads and a spatula that flings meaty projectiles. This is Mean Wiener's vehicle of choice, and once again, I don't own it, and I wish I did. Now that's not everything. There were Food Fighters lunchboxes, Food Fighters coloring books, Food Fighters Halloween costumes, but the true holy grail is the never actually produced Food Fighters Fort Fridge playset. This mythical home base for the Kitchen Commandos appeared in Mattel's 1989 toy catalog, but was never officially released. However, a few years back, BAM Toy Company made a small production run of Fort Fridge playsets based on the original designs and sold them off to a few lucky fans out there. Now, all that said, Food Fighter fanatics are a crafty, resourceful bunch, and although Food Fighters ceased production in the late 80s, their fan base has been cranking out original, custom Food Fighters toys and sharing them with the community. Some truly awesome designs have come out of that, but perhaps the most prominent Food Fighters homage came in the form of a series called 9 to 5 Warriors, created by Brandon Braswell, who put together a killer Kickstarter campaign and got a bunch of cool figures made, including Colonel Custard, the cream-filled donut, and this one here that I just couldn't resist, Commodore Crisps, who's actually 3 figures in one. Truly an amazing toy. Takes a ton of creativity and ingenuity to pull this one off, so props to Brandon. And I hear there's a second series of 9 to 5 Warriors on the way. So there you have it, folks. Food Fighters is an undeniably awesome, strange part of toy history, and it taught us all one very important lesson, that maybe it's okay to play with your food. If you like this video, stick around. We're going to do more deep dives into obscure toy lines. We're going to go on more toy hunts. We're going to talk every single Battle Beast. And of course, say it with me now, every single muscle. Like, subscribe, and comment below.